Good morning, everyone. Our project is analysis of geographical locations for land use land cover through pixel-based algorithms. Anthropogenic actions have significantly changed many natural landscapes due to factors such as urbanization, population growth, etc. So it is important for us to understand the patterns of land use land cover for efficient environmental management and also for accurate thematic maps. We need to analyze the thematic maps. For creating the thematic maps, we acquire input data sets from Landsat 8. It is the longest running enterprise for access satellite images. So our proposed model basically helps to track the progress of development over an area of Vijayanagaram district over the past few years, and we will also be able to predict any changes that might happen over that area in upcoming years too. The main objective of our project is to generate NDVI and EVI maps, and also to classify the selected area into 4 types, namely dense vegetation, barren land, and waterland. Also showcases the range of development made over Vijayanagaram district over the years and how the area can change eventually in the future. Human beings, since the very starting stage of settlement and evolution, we are dependent on land for our food production and various sorts of developments like economic development, etc. Due to this, the global landscape is constantly modified. And also, this constantly modification of global landscape is causing some stress on Earth's land. And half of the world's landscape is influenced by human activities and anthropogenic activities. It indirectly or directly causes depletion of natural resources. Here, due to the widespread LULC change, there are some kind of negative impacts like degradation of soil, increasing surface erosion, loss of. In LULC, the land use refers to the way in which the land is being used, and land cover refers to the surface cover on the ground. That means it describes the features of the ground, whether it is a ground with huge vegetation or it is an urban land or barren land, etc. Our main requirement is to calculate the presence of vegetation. That is why we are generating NDVI and EVI. NDVI, which is normalized different vegetation index, it is extensively used in studying the vegetation dynamics. It basically measures the presence of vegetation with the help of formula. NDVI is equals to NIR minus red by NIR plus red. NIR is near infrared spectrum and red is red spectrum of Landsat 8 bands. We also use EVI, which is Enhanced Vegetation Index. Enhanced Vegetation Index is optimized vegetation index because it is a modified vegetation signal by increasing sensitivity. Formula for EVI is G into NIR minus red by NIR plus C1 into red minus C2 into blue plus L. Here NIR is near infrared and red is red spectrum and blue is blue light. L is equals to 1, which is background noise. C1 is equals to 6 and C2 is equal to 7.5. These are the portions of erosion resistance, and gain factor G is equal to 2.5.
Is an environmental response. Runs the information system. It's the system that creates, manages, and analyzes the maps, all types of data. ArcGIS connects to the map, integrates the location of the data with all types of descriptive information. In this project, we are using the software called ArcGIS. It is an application developed software and is maintained by the American company called XV. And it is a version we are using is a 10.8 version. And the ArcGIS contains the ArcGIS and ArcMap. ArcGIS is used to view and to query the maps created by another ArcGIS product. Data in a 2 dimensions. And creating the 2 dimensional maps. There are some other features in the ArcGIS platform which are used to perform the analysis, such as the Roche calculator, raster calculator, perform calculations on images. We have also search button to search the required option, and we have a composite band which is used for combining 2 or more bands. The literature survey, we have considered the first project as an optimal approach for land use and land cover, which uses recommended image vision technique. It consists 2 images. One is one with the high resolution, and the second one with the low resolution. We combine them both, and it will give us the required image. Area derived from the surface reflection. Further climate changes have a large impact on the concentration of pollutants than the pollution. land use and land cover changes. The land use and land cover study is done by using the maximum likelihood classifier, and it is it is about the building area increasing the size of the number of area. The patches which is increased 4 times in the last 6 years. We use the images given from the collection of the landscape images, and these images are given to the image preprocessing. From image preprocessing, it will be given to the EVA and EVA map generation. After the maps generated, it will be given to classification. And there it will be classified based on the pixels and its size, and then the area assessment will take place. And from the area assessment, it will be given to the urban matrix generation, and finally to the accuracy assessment. In the database, when the images which are collected from the land survey, it is from the USGS. It is nothing but a United States Geological Survey, which is in Web Explorer. Then on the land survey images, then at the observation sample launched on February 11th, 2013. It is the longest run enterprise program. The land survey it has two sensors, such as OL and TARS, which is operational land imager and thermal infrared imager. Landsat at OL and the TARS are operated at a specific band, which is a 4 and 5. The fourth band is red color, and the fifth one is the near infrared, semi-R. There are spectral bands. Based on our requirement of classification of NDVI and EVA, we are using the spectral bands 4 and spectral band 5. The composite band is generated that gives the NDVI index.
Here are the satellite images of band 4 and band 5. Before any image getting into the processing technique, as it has as remotely sensed image has some flaws and deficiencies. So in order to rectify those flaws, we are going to perform this image pre-processing technique. As the image is as the image has more clarity, it would make our classification process more easy. Hence, by using image processing techniques called radiometric correction, that means which performs atmospheric flaws and which corrects atmospheric flaws. Hence, our classification process becomes easy, and the quality and brightness and quality of our image can also be enhanced through this image pre-processing technique. And here are the images of composite band, which is obtained from band 4 and band 5 of Landsat 8 satellite imagery. And here is the normalized difference vegetation index grayscale generated. As the grayscale image which makes difficult for the classification, hence this grayscale image is converted into false color composite image, which helps in classification of image easily into as our required 4 sections, that is dense vegetation, build-up and water. And some research gaps we have found in the previous remote sensing techniques or land use land cover analysis is most of these techniques used ML classifier, minimum distance method and maximum likelihood method, which has some disadvantages. And coming to the disadvantages of minimum distance classification, if minimum distance classification in that process has any unclassified pixels, then it makes the classification process more complicated, and it may sometimes also lead to the misclassification process also. And here the obtained accuracy is very low when compared with the other methods. As the number of samples increases, the accuracy can also be increased in this minimum distance classification method. And coming to the disadvantages with the ML classifier, adequate ground truth data should be sampled to consist assessment of the mean vector and covariance variance matrix of population. The inverse matrix of variance and covariance matrix turns out to be unbalanced if there exists high correlation between two bands that we are using, or the information or truth data information that we are giving has is very homogeneous. And whereas coming to the maximum likelihood classification disadvantages, it is computationally intense, means it is very complexing, and where signature file is explicitly need to be generated. This signature file is the one which shows the information of raster bands. Raster bands means a collection or a group of bands which helps to study or
to put together in a single band. And coming to our method, our classification technique that we are using is pixel-based algorithm, which overcomes the drawback of the other mentioned 3 algorithms. And one such pixel-based algorithm we are using here is that interactive supervised algorithm. All the bands from selected image layer are used by this tool in the classification. And here in this interactive supervised classification, we explicitly need not to generate any signature file. It will be inbuilt in this interactive supervised algorithm. Model is trained with a huge data set. The huge data set is divided into particular classes regarding the images related to the densification and images related to the waterland, etc. And the main advantage of using this interactive supervised classification is training data is reusable unless the feature changes. And as our trained data set is divided into classes, it makes a model to easily identify or classify the images, and it is computationally faster when compared with other techniques, and it has full control on the process.
Here it's a classified images. It classifies the lands, the vegetation, barren land, and not land. Here it is an area assessment. Assistant actually classifies the 2014 or 2020. Shows the percentage of the total area and percentage of change in the area. For example, waterland and 677.7 in 2014 and 2020 is 908 area per square meters. So it is a reduced in 0.59% in area. And error matrix. And error matrix compares information from classified images or land cover map to known different sites for a number of sample points. It refers to data used by Google Earth images, true and false color combination images, and base knowledge. Here it is a classified different lands data pixels. The number of total pixels equal the number of samples pixels are equal. It finds the user accuracy, error omission formulas. These formulas find out 50% then to user accuracy. Overall accuracy. Corrected sample pixels are by total number of sample pixels. We'll find out the accuracy and overall accuracy up to 91%.
To the publication details, we have published this project on Mukti Shabd Journal in UGC CARE, entitled as Analysis of Geographical Locations for Land Use and Land Cover through Pixel-Based Algorithm. And here is the DOI of our publication. Advantages of our project is when compared with the other conventional land use land cover analysis is the complexity is completely reduced with the introducing of interactive supervised classification algorithm and increased overall accuracy to 91% when compared with conventional land use land cover analysis. And initially in the previous conventional methods, it used to be only 85% and its overall accuracy is enhanced in our project. Generally, land use land cover analysis helps to map track the development, as we have taken 2 years of survey. The one is 2014 and another is 2020. We can easily track the development changes and also we can predict the future development also. Hence, the changes in natural landscape can easily be studied with the analysis of geographical locations for land use and land cover through pixel-based algorithm in more efficient way, and even we can predict the changes or track the development in the upcoming years too with a very efficient and accurate way. Thank you.